Hey everybody, come on in. I'm just trying to get TikTok started. Let's see. 1 second, everybody. Y'all know this Food Talk TV. Hello, everybody. Come on in. Let's see. Here I come, everybody. Let's see if that worked. I don't know. If not, it's fine. All right. Come on in, everybody. Oh, let me try something. Hey, everybody. Let's see. Let's see if we can add TikTok. I may have to go out and come back in. Did it work? I don't know. All right, everybody. Sorry. I'm all over the place. Come on in. Anybody new here? Hi, I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. You all know me from my cooking channel. I am actually getting ready to do a stream on Food Talk TV. Thank you for the compliment, Reggie. Welcome and watch. If we have any moderators on here, I'm doing an exclusive TikTok stream. Okay, it's finally up. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Watch on TikTok. So I just like to come on here a few minutes before we start, just to say hello to you all, let you all know I'm not ignoring you. I'm going to pin this comment. Hello, Sage is here. Hello, everybody. So on Fridays, I do a stream on Food Talk TV, which is on TikTok, and they want me to be exclusive. So if you all see me looking at this camera, that's all that's going on. But I just come on before with you all and after just to say hello. Hello, Devontae. Hello, Sage. Hello, Just Pick. Hello, Reggie. Hello, Octavia. Jurgen is here. Thank you for moderating across the pond. So hello, Prince. So if you all see anybody and they're like, she didn't read my comment. Oh, she's ignoring me. I'm not. So we're going to do a cooking stream today. If you all hear me repeating myself a lot, I'll be looking at this camera for Food Talk TV. But I always bring you all behind the scenes so you can see. So let me get my uniform on and then we will, do our whole thing on TikTok. But I just want to say hello and happy Friday to you all. Maybe it's a long weekend for you all with the holiday and whatnot. Let me get my uniform on. Y'all know how I feel about this painter's apron. It's like a whole contraption to get in, but we're gonna make a repeat recipe. I forgot I've made this one before. Y'all, doesn't this look like overalls? Do I need to wash it? Farmer in the Dell. So, but I'm grateful. It's just a lot. All right, so we are just a few seconds away. And thank you all, as always, for supporting. Make sure I get this together. All right, are we ready? It's a lot going on. All right, it's 5 o'clock. Y'all ready? Let's do this. All right. Oh, let me get my tablet. Oh, because we're going to be recreating a YouTube recipe. All right, everybody. Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Reggie. Amen and amen. All right, let's get started. All right, everybody, come on in, come on in. Thank you all so much for being here. Welcome to Food Talk TV. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher. I always say you may know me for my cooking channel. I make food and femininity content. Today we are making a version of the viral Turkish pasta. Now, I've made this a couple of times, but everybody's putting their spin on it. So we're going to do a low carb version. We're actually going to use onions as the noodle. Have I ever made this before? No. Has that ever stopped me? No. So I'm going to show you all the video that came up in my feed, and then we are going to recreate it. Thank you, Denise, for the gifts. Thank you all for coming in. I see you all. If you like savory flavors, if you like kind of Mediterranean flavors. We did this once before, and my son said, I think he said it tasted like a euro on pasta. It's actually a gyro, but let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to clean off the counter and wash my hands, and then I'm going to watch the video with you all, and we're going to recreate this step by step. So if you all have made this viral pasta, let me know. If you put your own spin on it, also let me know. So come on in. Happy Friday. Make sure you are subscribed to Food Talk TV. Make sure you are tapping and sharing. Food Talk TV has different cooking content every day of the week, and I'm with you all on Fridays, all right? So welcome to Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I've got some lint. It's going to be Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern and 4 p.m. Central. All right. So I'm really excited about this. I've been waiting all day. Thank you, Daphne, for the badges. You all are coming in so generous. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, so let's go ahead and clean hands. All right, so this is going to be a little bit of a two-part recipe. We are going to make our pasta, we're going to make our noodles, and we're going to make our sauce. Some of you all say sauce. I'm in the South, so I say sauce. And then we're going to assemble, all right? David is not here for it. I hear you. Okay, so again, this is the low-carb version. Now, the original version of this Turkish pasta that's gone viral, I've seen it on bow tie pasta, which is, I think, the farfal. I know I'm butchering the name. Please correct me. And then I've also seen it on, you could use any kind of noodle that you like, right? But I'm going to play this video for you all, and we are going to recreate it. So we're going to start with our onions. This is a low-carb love recipe. Myra has lost over 100 pounds with low-carb recipes, so I love getting inspiration from her. All right, so let's see if I can turn it up so y'all can
hit 10 out of 10. These are the ingredients that you need for them. Very, very basic, but I'm telling you, this is loaded with flavor. I'm talking about, this is something that you will have on rotation, but the cool thing about this is it is low carb, okay? So I'm gonna show you my little secret for pasta. And yeah, it's so simple to make. So we're gonna get started. The first thing we're gonna make is our meat. That's what takes the longest. And then everything else is boom, boom, boom. Okay.
All right.
So let's move over to the stove, cook our meat, and then I'm gonna show you how to assemble the bowl.
All right.
Okay. So I'm gonna start off with.
So she's gonna start with the meat. So we are gonna get started on that. You all say I favor her. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you all are tapping and sharing. So I'm gonna pause here. Usually I do these recreations of recipes that are on reels or shorts and they loop, but this one is a little bit longer. All right. Oh, Amanda says, where can you find the Chick-fil-A sandwich recipe? Amanda, that was a Dollar Tree dinners recipe that I recreated, and I took that to the Marines. So you all, it was amazing. Our oldest is signed for the Marines, and he's already started working out with them. So we made the Chick-fil-A copycat, and they all loved it. Hello, Mustard Queen is in the house. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and make our sauce, and then we will keep it off to the side so it can stay warm. Let me just clean this off. It's a little bit messy. So we are going to make just, the recipe calls for ground beef. You could use any ground meat that you like. You could do ground beef. I actually had ground turkey in the freezer, so I thawed that out. We're gonna make ground turkey version, but you could do this with lamb. You could do this with pork. You could do this with any ground meat that you like, all right? So I'll keep this here. Hopefully you all can see. So let's get our skillet. And she's starting with a little bit of avocado oil. You can use whatever oil you like. I'm going to use my MCT coconut oil. I'm not a fan of it. It's got a low smoke point, so it gets kind of, But when you're cooking with ground turkey or anything that's a little lean, you can put a little bit of oil to help it. So I'm gonna turn it on medium. You could use olive oil. You could use coconut oil. You could use whatever, probably neutral oil, because you don't want to overpower it. All right. So I'm just going to put a splash of oil in here just so our meat doesn't stick. If you are using a ground beef or you're using something that's a little bit fattier, you can completely skip this step. So let's let it get a little bit warm. Then we're going to go ahead and put our meat in here and we'll season it up the way she does. All right. So I just have this. This is ground turkey. So I'm going to cut this open in the sink. And then once this gets a little warm, we'll put it in here so we can start browning our meat. You all can use whatever meat works for you. Come on in, everybody. Thank you all for liking, tapping, and sharing. Welcome to Food Talk TV. It's Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher. All right. I didn't think I had some ground beef, and then I found some, but I said, let's go ahead and do a ground turkey version. We've done this once before. I think with beef, we're going to do it with ground turkey. Thank you, Van Johnson, for the badges. So kind of you. All right, so I think we got some heat on here. I'm just going to cut this open in the sink so it doesn't make a mess. Come on in, everybody, and make sure you are subscribed to Food Talk TV on all platforms. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher, and today we are making a low-carb version of the viral Turkish pasta. Okay. So this is just a pound of ground turkey, and I'm going to turn the temperature down so it can brown. You could use ground turkey, you could use ground chicken, you could use ground beef, ground lamb, ground pork, if you eat it, whatever works for you. We're just here to inspire. All right, let me make sure you all can see. I'll move it in just a second. All right, so we're gonna brown this. And let's see what she puts in it. So far in the video, all she has is a little bit of avocado oil, and then she's using ground beef. So let's continue on and see what else she adds. All right.
Oil. My ground beef is pretty lean, so I do add a little oil. If you're doing like an 80-20, then you probably don't have to because it will have enough oil all by itself. I had it on high just to heat it up, but now we are going into a medium high.
I'm at medium low just to allow for time. Come on in, everyone. All right, so we're using turkey.
And then this is what we need. Some paprika.
Paprika.
Might as well just kind of form it out.
Uh-huh.
All right, so we're going to go in with paprika. All right, we have cumin. So
oh, did I find any cumin?
Okay, this is going to be nice and seasoned.
Paprika,
so
cumin.
We need flavor, sazon in our life. A little onion powder.
Onion powder.
And then we have some garlic powder.
Garlic powder. Okay, I'm going to pause there because I didn't get the cumin out, but let's go ahead and let's move this around so it can start to brown. Right now, I just have a pound of ground turkey in with a little bit of oil. So I have some paprika, so we're going to put that in there. And I'm just going to eyeball it. I think the measurements are in the recipe. Make sure you go to foodtalktv.com for the recipe. All right, and then I know she said onion powder. So we have some onion powder. So we're going to put that in here as well. And then she also said garlic powder. So we have garlic powder. Or if you have, oh, it smells so good already, just with the onion powder. And then let me go find some cumin. I'm not really familiar with cumin as a spice. I think it's obviously very earthy, maybe used in a lot of maybe Latin cuisine. Those of you all that have cooked with cumin, how would you describe it? Let me see if I can find it. Cinnamon, mint, bay leaf, pumpkin pie, curry. Oh no, Cajun, turmeric. Y'all. Uh-oh. If you don't have cumin, what would be a good substitute? Oh, I found it. Here it is. Sorry, y'all. I have so many. Okay, so we have some cumin. All right. Let me just taste this by itself. Ooh. Yes, it has a very, almost like a curry. It has a very like almost Indian kind of flavor. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so excited. I've been waiting for this all day. All right, so let's keep going. I know there's some other stuff I want to add in here. So far we have a pound of ground turkey with a little bit of oil, garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, and paprika. So of course with turkey, we want to make sure that we cook until all the pink is out. But let's continue on in the video. Come on in, everybody. Welcome to Food Talk TV. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher, and today we are making a low-carb version of the viral Turkish pasta. We did it once before with actual noodles for my son. We're going to do it for me. If you're diabetic or pre-diabetic and you need to avoid the starches, this could be a substitute for you. All right, let's continue.
I know it seems like a lot, but trust me, this is a very, very flavorful dish. Some tomato paste. So I just got
tomato
this at my local
paste.
store. We're gonna add a good amount of that.
Okay.
And last but not least, I almost forgot, salt and pepper.
Yes, you gotta have salt and pepper. I would have started with that, but I like to. The first time I make a recipe, I always do it their way, and then after that, I can doctor it up. All right. Come on in. Thank you, Michael, for the badges. Thank you all so much. So we are making a low-carb version of the viral Turkish pasta. Come on in, everyone. It's Foodie Fridays with Maggie, and I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. So, I did print out the recipe. So I have some tomato paste here, so we're going to add that in here. And salt and pepper. I think I'm going to go with the salt and pepper first. So I don't have to worry about salt. I do have to worry about sugar. So I'm going to be pretty liberal with the salt. The best recipes are when everything on its own tastes really good. And then when you combine it, it's amazing. So again, if you like really savory flavors, this could be an option for you. So I still have a little bit of pink in here. So I want to make sure that I get all of that out. And I am going to add a little bit of tomato paste. I've never used the tomato paste in the squeeze tube. Maybe you all have. The one my mom would use is in the little can. So let's go ahead and pierce this. And we're going to make kind of like a chunky pasta sauce. All right, so let me pierce this. And then we're going to squeeze. She said be pretty liberal with it. So we put that much in. Make sure y'all can see. I'll bring it back towards me a little bit, trying to make sure everybody can see. All right. So I'm going to stir this in. And then I'll give it a taste. And then we have one more ingredient before we set the meat aside. And we might need some more. Did I do the pepper? Come on in, everybody. Welcome to Food Talk TV. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher. I make food and femininity content. But today we are making a low-carb version of the viral Turkish pasta. All right. I feel like it's a little light on tomato paste. I think I might want to add a little bit more, but I'm going to taste it first. Let me make sure all of it is cooked. So in here we have 1 pound of ground turkey. The recipe calls for ground beef, but I'm sure you can do any ground meat that you have. I just happen to have turkey. So we're making a lower calorie version. We have cumin, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and paprika. All right. So it looks good for color, but we got to make sure that it tastes good before we continue on. All right, my mom says taste as you go. Don't ever serve anybody something you haven't tasted. As long as it's not raw, taste it and make sure you like it. All right, so let's get a taste of our ground meat and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, so this is what we have so far. Kind of a light in color. We'll see if we need more tomatoes. So I'm going to give this a taste. I'm tasting for salt and other seasonings. I think it tastes amazing. I really like it. I think it's seasoned well. So taste as you go and then continue. Let's continue on.
Well, I mean, it looks juicy, but not the juicy that we want to see. So
we want juicy.
This is when we will add our bone broth.
So she's going to add some bone broth to make it a little bit more saucy. So I have some chicken broth. I think it's chicken broth, y'all.
See, it's still juicy.
You know those recipes where you just get random things from the fridge and put it together? That's what I have. So Don't judge me, but I think this is chicken broth. I think I had some in a recipe. I guess there's one way to find out. I had some in a recipe that I didn't use all, and I'm like, you know what? Why open up another container? So definitely chicken broth. All right, so I'm just going to put, I think the recipe calls for a 1/4 cup. I'm going to put all of it in there. And then we'll stir it up and set it to the side. So if you're using ground beef, then you would use beef broth. I think she used bone broth, but this way it just gives you that nice sauciness. And then I'll give it one more taste, and then we're done with our meat. All right. So again, come on in. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. Today we are making the viral Turkish pasta, but we're doing a low carb version. We're going to use a special ingredient. I'll spill the beans. It's onions for the noodle. Never made that before. So we made our sauce, and I'm going to give this a taste, and you can see everything is cooked. This is onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, paprika, and tomato paste with a little bit of chicken broth since I have ground turkey. All right, so let's give this a taste. Make sure that it tastes good, and then we'll kind of set it behind me because we need to move on to our noodles. I could just put this over some nachos. If you are team savory, today is your day. Now, I think what I'm going to do, because I want to keep this hot, I think I'm going to turn the stove on behind me. Yes, my stove works, but I use this to cook for you all, just to keep it on low, okay? All right, so we're just going to put the top on this. Our pasta sauce is done, and I'm going to keep it on low behind me, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, so this is done. All right, so I'm going to turn off the cooktop for right now, and then we're going to move over to the next step. We'll bring this back over in a second. So come on in, everybody. Welcome to Food Talk TV. Thank you all for liking. Make sure you are subscribed to Food Talk TV. We have cooking content every day of the week, and I'm with you all on Fridays at 5 Eastern and 4 p.m. Central. Today we are making a low-carb version of the viral Turkish pasta. That's really why I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher, because I cook with sugar substitutes, dairy substitutes, and gluten substitutes. This is a gluten substitute. Gluten comes from dough, and as much as I love it, it doesn't love me back. All right, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Anointed, for the gifts. All right, so let's continue on. I think next we're going to make our noodles, but let's see.
See, but now it has a really good consistency. It's like nice and thick. So when you add it to your pasta, just think of this as your sauce. It's kind of like a thick meat sauce. I want like a thicker consistency on my noodles. All right, guys, so we're moving on to our pasta. I'm just sipping.
All right, let me just go back.
Now, huge onion fan. I tried it, guys. I'm telling you, it was a hit. Now, to get them really long like this, because typically you would get just like small little pieces, right? Something like this, which is fine. If you get something like this, no big deal. But this is what's going to mimic our pasta. So in order to do that, you just cut it down the middle, turn it, and that's how you get these long pieces, okay?
All right, so that's what we're going to do next. I have never done this. Has anybody ever used onion as a noodle substitute? So this is a first for me. I'm actually very excited. I like onions, and I've been trying to eat, a lot more vegetables. Vegetables are a great way to keep you full without the extra calories. Trust me, I know I can spare some calories. But if this works, this could be a great substitute for those of you all who like pasta dishes, but you need to, or you want to avoid all those starches. Okay, so we're gonna cut an onion. So our sauce is still doing its thing over here, just on low. So I have one onion that I found. I'm going to use a yellow onion. I'm sure this could be any onion that you like. All right, so we have an onion. Let me get my knife. And we're just gonna cut this into rings and then let it disintegrate. And we're gonna saute these, and that's gonna be our noodle substitute. Thank you, Daryl, for the badges. All right, so let's see. All right, No, it's not an Afro pick. This is actually a little slicer that I got from Pampered Chef. This is going to help us have equal shapes. If you have an amazing free hand, go for it. I don't. If you're dicing, you know, you can just chop. I'm going to go ahead and peel this. But when you want to have kind of equal rings, maybe for burgers or like we're doing for the noodles today, I love a good kitchen gadget that helps you keep everything as close to uniform as possible, because you know we eat with our eyes first. So I'm just going to peel the outside, and I've told you all lots of different hacks to keep yourself from crying with the onions. So we are going to slice this, and I guess we could just leave them on the cutting board, because we're going to go straight from this into the skillet and make our noodles. All right. So again, this works on tomato. This works on anything. You can get these anywhere. I'm just going to stick it directly into the onion like this. And then it's a guide. It's a guide for your knife. So your slices are equal. All right. How about we keep it on the cutting board? Come on in, everybody. Welcome to Food Talk TV. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. We are making a low-carb version of the viral Turkish pasta, all right? So our low-carb substitute is these onion rings are going to be our noodles. So I am just cutting this into rings, and then I will do one slit down the ring so it opens up to mimic the noodles. That might be what I can do. Okay, and then I'm just going to do one cut like that, like that, like that, and like that. And then see if we can just kind of get it to disintegrate. Now, some of these are going to be rings. Some of them are going to be, I don't know what you call this, but we're not going to waste ingredients. So if you have a really big onion, you could probably do a couple of them. I think in the recipe, she uses a couple of onions, but I'm just kind of tossing these so that they separate. And I don't want to waste, so let me get the rest of this. And we'll have a few chunky pasta bits too. But if this works, y'all, you have some onions lying around, and if you cook them down and season them well, could this be a noodle substitute? What do you think? Use the onion emoji if you agree, or maybe this emoji if you're like, no, I'm not doing it. Some of the big pieces I'm just gonna cut in half, because you don't want like a big bite when you bite down on it. Maybe you do of onion, but especially something onion and garlic that's kind of, I don't know if it's acidic or whatever it is. Okay. So I think we're good. So these are our noodles. So let's continue on with the video. We're going to see how to turn these into pasta noodles. All right. So let me just clean my hands before I rub my eyes. All right. So we have our noodles. Come on in, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. All right. Welcome to Food Talk TV. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. We got Kaz here. He's here for it. All right. So again, this was just one onion that we just kind of sliced into rings, and it's supposed to mimic our noodles. So this is going to be our noodle substitute for our low-carb pasta. All right, so let's continue.
We're gonna make about 2 batches, but we are making grilled onions as our pasta. What do you think of that idea, by the way? I'm really curious to know if you were like what you think of it. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, absolutely. This is me. I'm definitely making this. But I don't know how you feel about it. So let me know. I am going to do a little salt and pepper and an onion.
Okay. Let's go ahead and
I'm going to put this on a medium heat. These are going to continue to saute.
All right, so I want to go ahead and get started sauteing our onions. So let's bring our cooktop back, and we're just going to do oil, salt, and pepper, okay? You could make it as fancy or as simple as you want. Oh, sorry, y'all. So we're going to get a different skillet, and then we'll put a little bit of oil, and then we will saute. So again, whatever oil works for you. I'm using my MCT oil. Not a huge fan. You probably want a higher heat oil, but I'm excited to give this a try. So I'm gonna put this on like a medium low and put like that much oil. And I just like to move it around the pan so I don't have any dry spots. So again, come on in. Welcome to Food Talk TV. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. And today we are making a low carb version of the viral Turkish pasta. So we did this once before. I'm just waiting for the oil to heat up a little bit, y'all. We did this once before. We actually did it on the bow tie noodles. If you can have full flavor, I always say have some for me. However, if you are diabetic, pre-diabetic, I'm not a doctor. If you're trying to watch your starches, maybe you're gluten-free, we're gonna try this with onions, sauteed onions as our noodle. All right, so what we have so far, this was one white onion that I tried to slice and make into noodles like this. All right, and so we need salt and pepper. So we have our salt and pepper. Just waiting for the heat. I think we're good. Let me get my bench scraper. And then for the sauce, if you just came in, we made this already. I got it back here, just staying on warm. Smells so good. So this was ground turkey with paprika, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, tomato paste, and some chicken broth. All right, so we're keeping this warm behind us. Okay, so I think we're good. Let's go ahead and put our onions in here and see if we can saute these down. So this was one onion, and you can see how just one onion gives you the volume. So if you're doing like one meal a day, or if you're trying to eat a little bit less high calorie foods, having food that fills you up without a lot of calories is the trick. All right, so let me turn that down a little bit so it doesn't pop me. And we're gonna go ahead and salt it well. And then we'll do some black pepper. And we're just gonna cook these until they turn into sauteed onions. And if you don't like them as a noodle, let me get mine. If you don't like them as a noodle, you could save them. What other ideas do you all have for sauteed onions? You could put them on a burger. You could put them on a steak, in an omelet, anything. Rudy says, how much does the substitute teacher make where you are in a day? I have no idea. I'm not a real substitute teacher. I get this question all the time. I'm in Atlanta, so I don't know. I cook with substitute ingredients. So I cook with sugar substitutes, dairy substitutes, and gluten substitutes. That's why I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. So this is our classroom, all right? So I am your teacher. You all are the scholars. The microwave is the whiteboard, all of that. But I am the daughter of two retired teachers. Both of my parents are retired professors. And I think you can always learn. I think, especially with cooking and things like this, you've never mastered your craft. You can always get better, right? Thank you all so much for being here. I'm very excited. I think what I'll do, I'm gonna put the top on, put a top on top of these onions so they can sweat a little bit and get nice and soft and wilted, okay? So when you're cooking, obviously the steam is gonna escape if you want it kind of more on the crispy side, but I'm gonna see if we can get these nice and wilted. We are going to do these sauteed onions as our noodle substitute, all right? Thank you so much, Emma. I can't translate that, but come on in, everybody. Thank you all for tapping and sharing. Welcome to Food Talk TV. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher, because we are making a substitute pasta today. We are making a low-carb version of the viral Turkish pasta. So this is basically a layered meal, and I'm actually quite excited. We've done this before with real noodles. So they're starting to brown a little bit, but we got a little ways to go, okay? Especially if you don't like the bite of an onion, then you'll want to cook these down. If you're in the South, then you can get a Vidalia, as we call them, if you can get Vidalia onions. Excuse me, the sweet yellow onions. That could be a great substitute for you all, all right? Colonel Sanders says they asked for a skincare routine. Somebody wants a skincare routine from me? Y'all, this is a cooking show. might have missed it. All right, so you all can see here our onions are starting to wilt a little bit. We want them nice and soft. I'm going to give one a taste in just a minute just to see how the salt and the flavor is. But again, if you were doing the full flavor version, then you would do this with whatever noodles of your choice. All right. That's okay, Jeanette. Sandy says, do I have a page you can follow? Yes. So again, Maggie, the substitute teacher. So I am Maggie on all platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch. So yeah, I make food and femininity content. It's about half and half. So my cooking days are Mondays and Fridays. Fridays I'm with you all. And then on Wednesdays, hold up y'all. On Wednesdays and Saturdays, I make femininity relationship content. All right. So these are looking really nice. I think I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit and I'm gonna give one a taste. So I can actually just keep these going. I'm gonna turn them down because I want them really, really soft. So this is what we have. Let's taste one and see if it's giving us a good sauteed noodle, okay? So again, all this was one whole onion. So this is gonna be my plate of noodles, salt and pepper, all right? Come on in. Aw, thank you, Daryl. I appreciate the compliment. All right, let's give this a taste. So our low carb substitute is the onion is gonna be our noodle, and we're gonna put our sauce and all the yumminess on there. I don't know if I'm just hungry. Y'all, it's so good. Like, simple ingredients. Oh. All right, so I'm gonna turn this down to 1, and I'm going to leave the top on it because I want my noodles to be even more like wilted, all right? Yes, you could use it for soup and everything. So I'm gonna leave the top on here. I think they're perfect. If you like a little bit more al dente, if you want a bite, you could stop it right now. Maybe I should stop it. Let's stop it because I don't want it to get mushy, all right? Thank you, Mrs. Smith. Y'all are too kind. Y'all notice everything. Thank you. Yes, today was wash day. Y'all notice everything, just a shampoo and a roller set. Okay. So I'm gonna move this behind me and I'm going to leave the top on it so that the steam will continue to keep our onions soft. And then we're gonna continue on with the video. All right, so come on in, everybody.
Okay, and meanwhile, I'm gonna leave this for about 2 minutes. Let's go make our yogurt sauce that's gonna go over our meat. Okay, so now for the yogurt sauce. This is very, very, very important. It literally makes the dish. In my personal opinion, everything really goes well together. I'm just using like a little Greek yogurt. You can use your favorite Greek yogurt of choice. It's all gonna, as long as it's Greek yogurt, it'll work because you need the thickness. So this, as long as it has like a thickness like this. Some yogurts are a lot more like watery. They're just a lot looser. So you want this, like where it looks like sour cream. Okay, and for garlic, you can use raw or fresh, but I'm gonna use a little bit of minced. Last time I used minced, it tastes good, so we're just gonna roll with it. A nice amount of garlic, a little salt and pepper, and then we're also gonna use some fresh lemon, okay? Let's go. This is so delicious. You cannot skip out on this. I'm sorry. Okay. We're going to finish mixing this. Make sure everything is just really smooth and well incorporated. Give it a taste.
Okay.
If it needs a little bit more salt, add it.
So we're going to make our yogurt sauce. Now, I'm a little bit nervous about this because I don't have Greek yogurt. If you can have Greek yogurt, please have some for me. It's amazing. It's nice and thick. I have a plant-based yogurt. I think it's an almond milk yogurt. So we're going to give it a try. All right. So our noodles are looking really, really good. I'm excited about those. So I'm going to set this behind me. So our pasta is done. I'm sorry, our pasta is done. Our meat sauce is done. Now we're going to make our yogurt sauce. So the key to this Turkish pasta that's gone viral is the combination of noodle sauce, which is hot, and then this cold yogurt. So that's what's supposed to make it you know, amazing. So again, this is a repeat. This is part 2 or the do-over. We did the version with real noodles before. Today we're doing a low-carb version, okay? So we are going to make the yogurt sauce. So she calls for Greek yogurt. Let me show y'all what I have. I have to make a couple substitutes because I didn't have everything, but it's okay. All right. So this is what I'm using. This is Kite Hill. This is almond yogurt. It's made from obviously crushed up almonds. So it's not a proper Greek yogurt. A real Greek yogurt, I've had it in Greece. It's amazing. A little goes a long way, but we are going to give it a try with this almond milk yogurt. Now you can see it's kind of jiggly and she warned against that. For the real recipe, you want like a big dollop of yogurt. All right, but this is what I got. So let's make some. All right, so I'm just gonna eyeball it. If you really like this sauce, they say you can put it on everything. You can just mix it directly in the container. Thank you for following, Sandy. Yes, hello everybody. Hello, Mrs. Smith, and thank you so much for the badge. I appreciate that. You all are too kind. Thank you so much. All right, so let's go ahead and continue on. So I'm just going to pour, and you can see this yogurt, it kind of pours. You really want like a thicker consistency, but we're gonna go with this, all right? Thank you all so much. Welcome to Food Talk TV. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher, and today we are making a low-carb version of the viral Turkish pasta. All right, so for our yogurt sauce, I have almond milk yogurt, and then she used minced garlic. I didn't have minced garlic, so this is what I have. I do have fresh, but I found this in the fridge, just some garlic paste since she used the one in the jar. Is this open? Okay, so we're just gonna put a spoonful of this in here. They swear by this stuff. So if you like garlic, this is your flavor profile. So I'm just, oof, it smells very garlicky. So maybe like a teaspoon, okay? However much you like, you can do more or less. Again, we're gonna taste it. Y'all see that? Mom says, taste as you go. And then salt and pepper. Was it salt? I think it was just salt. I don't remember pepper. All right. Come on in, everybody. Thank you all so much. So we're going to salt it pretty generously. And then she put a squeeze of fresh lemon, which I don't have. I know y'all, so janky. But I found this in the fridge. It says pure lemon juice. So I'm going to put a splash of this. Of course, if you have real lemon, fresh is always best, and I love to give you all fresh ingredients when I can. So we're just gonna do like that much, and we're gonna stir it up and see how we like it. By itself, I don't know, but maybe in combination with everything else, maybe really yummy. So again, I believe it was lemon, salt, Greek yogurt if you have it, and then fresh garlic or minced garlic. I used garlic paste. So we're gonna give this a try. Ideally, you want it really like dollopy, if that's a word. Let's give this a taste. Ooh, it's really good. I'm gonna add a little bit more salt. Y'all, it's actually, ooh yeah. It tastes like, if you like Indian food, when you have a really spicy curry, you know how they have the yogurt sauce on the side, or if you eat like a spicy Latin food, it tastes like a savory sour cream. All right, I'm gonna add just a little bit more salt. I like it more than I thought I would. All right, so we have our yogurt sauce, and I'm actually gonna put this in the fridge so that it stays cold, because that's the key to this viral Turkish pasta. I think we have 1 or 2 more steps, and then we're gonna assemble. Avengers, assemble. Okay, so yeah, it tastes like a savory, oh, she said pepper too. Y'all, did I miss the pepper? Hold up. I think you're right. 1 second, we'll get it out.
Make sure everything is.
There is pepper.
This is so delicious.
Okay, thanks y'all. That's why we cook live here. Hold up. Let's rewind that. Okay, so it is salt and pepper. So we're gonna get some fresh cracked pepper in here, and then we'll stir it up and taste it again. Okay, so salt, pepper, garlic paste, and lemon juice. All right, so let's taste it again. Make sure it's good. But yeah, it tastes like a savory sour cream. If you could get a thicker texture, even better. But I think by the time we get all the flavors together, I'm excited. It's got a little kick to it. The pepper didn't really change it a lot, but it does have a little warmth to it. Ooh, yeah, it's got a little bite to it. It's nice. All right, so we're gonna put this in the fridge so it stays cold, and then let us continue. All right, come on in, everybody. Welcome to Food Talk TV. This is Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher, and today we are making a low-carb version of the viral Turkish pasta. Thank you all for over 1,700 likes. Make sure you are tuned in, and you can get the full recipe at foodtalktv.com.
Sorry. Okay.
All right.
We're going to finish mixing this. Make sure everything is just really smooth and well incorporated. Give it a taste. And if it needs a little bit more salt, add it. That's probably the only thing. Or if you want it more garlicky, then by all means,
it's actually
add
nice.
a little more garlic. Now, to make our paprika butter, it's literally just a little bit of sweet paprika and butter. That's it. 2 ingredients.
So now we need to make a paprika butter. This is the step where when I made this for Alex before, he said it was kind of greasy. So I'm going to go a little bit light. As I understand, this paprika butter is kind of like a drizzle that you put on everything. I will get the ingredients together, but yeah, let me go ahead and I'll show you all what I'm using because I'm going to use a substitute butter. I'm going to do a plant-based butter just to keep it dairy-free. But if you can have real butter, please have some for me. All right, so let's get this butter. Lots of different options. And of course, when I'm cooking for the family, I always use the regular stuff. But this is, it says European milk, plant milk butter. So lots of different options. So we're just going to eyeball it. We're going to get like a sliver, maybe like a tablespoon of this. And I'll melt it in the microwave and then we'll stir in some paprika. Paprika butter is new to me, but you know, kind of like sesame oil or chili oil or anything that you would put on top. So I'm just gonna put like this much. Maybe I should get a little bit more. I'm hacking away at this. All right. And the 2 ingredients is just melted butter. And then we have paprika. So I think I'm gonna use the rest of this. I see them going pretty heavy on the paprika. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna put this in the microwave for like 30 seconds and see if we can melt it down, and then we'll stir in our paprika. And hopefully it'll kind of stay while we get everything else together. So let's just do 30 seconds. I'm excited. We're getting towards the end. Come on in, everybody. Thank you for 2,500 likes. Welcome to Food Talk TV. This is Foodie Friday with Maggie. And today we are doing a low-carb version of the viral Turkish pasta. Okay, we're up to paprika butter. All right, so we're going to stir in paprika. And this one says sweet paprika. I'm sure any paprika will work, but this is what I have. And I think I'm just going to use it all, because we're down towards the end. All right, so let's see if our butter has melted. And I'm using a dairy-free butter. But please, if you can have the real thing, please do. Enjoy it and think of me. Okay, I know some of y'all are like, what is that? So this is our melted butter. And we're going to put our paprika in. And then I'm just going to stir it up and see how we like it. All right. Let me get a spoon. So this is going to be kind of like our finishing sauce. So after we get everything assembled, we're going to stir and drizzle this all over. Thank you, Sheila, for the badges. Daisy says, what's on the menu? Today we are making a low-carb version of the viral Turkish pasta. We made it before with real noodles. Today we're using sauteed onions as noodles. All right, so we have our nice drizzling butter. I will taste it. Oh, it's good. I'm a little confused. You know what it tastes like? It tastes buttery, and then at the end, it has like a little smokiness to it, almost like a chipotle. It has like a smokiness to it. So it tastes like salty and a light creamy because this is plant-based. But this is our paprika butter. All right, so we'll have this. Let's see. I'll kind of keep it out of the way so I don't knock it over. And then let's see what's next. I think we're ready to assemble. Thank you, Peach. All right.
There's a lot of steps to this, but think about making this for your family. It is one of those meals that people are just going to love. Okay, this is something that kids will request. Not only that, but it's also really nourishing. You have a lot of protein in this dish.
Yeah.
So it's also a really great dinner. And the fact that it doesn't have pasta, it doesn't make you feel like bloated and weighed
So
down.
people say paprika.
Doesn't give you that food coma. So definitely worth making, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Okay, so our sauce, our yogurt, paprika butter, done. Meat is nice and hot, which we obviously need. Nobody wants cold meat.
I'll turn it up just a little bit.
We have our pasta substitute.
I think we're ready to assemble, y'all.
Ready to go?
One more thing,
now,
though.
we are just going to plate. So I'm choosing to plate this on a black plate. So
I have a black plate.
See it and it stands out really nice and clear. So first things first, we're going to go in with our pasta.
Noodles.
All right. Now, going right in the middle, right in the center.
Our yogurt sauce is in the fridge, so it stays. Hey, Mickey.
The yogurt is going to give it this creaminess that you want. Now, we're going to go in with our meat.
Oh, yes. I'm so excited, y'all.
This
I'm ready.
has a ton of flavor.
I used ground turkey. You could use whatever meat you like.
Oh, yeah. Now we're going in with the cherry tomatoes.
I don't have cherry tomatoes. I have some regular tomato. I'm going to cut a little bit.
And now a little bit of feta cheese.
And I do have some feta, so I want to get that ready so my plate isn't waiting.
A little bit of parsley.
Now she's using parsley. I'm going to use cilantro for some extra flavor.
Last but not least, now you can do one of two things. You can add the paprika butter over the yogurt, and that goes really well. Or
we'll do both.
You just drizzle it right here on top, kind of like a chili oil, like a finishing chili oil.
Okay. All right. Y'all, I'm getting excited just looking at this plate. All right. So she put some, we have our noodles, which are onions. We have our sauce. Let me make sure that it's on low over here just so it stays hot. I think I'll go ahead and turn it off. And our noodles are still warm. She put some tomato and some feta on there. So I just want to go ahead and have that ready to go. So I just used up my cherry tomatoes on a salad that I made. So I'm just going to slice a little bit of regular tomato. I know cherry tomatoes are nice and sweet, but this is what I got. We're doing substitutes today. All right. So I have a beefsteak tomato. You know what? I'm going to slice this. All right. And then we'll just cut some. We're going to use our same little slicer here. All right, so let's get some of this. And let's just do it this way. I'll go ahead and slice the whole thing in case I need it for a sandwich or something later. But we're not going to put the whole thing on our pasta. Maybe just a couple slices. Oh, maybe this last one since it kind of got jacked up. All right, so we're just going to cut this into small pieces. We'll save that for later. And this is going to be a little bit of substitute cherry tomato as a garnish. And then she put parsley. The last time I made it, parsley doesn't really do anything for me. I'm thinking cilantro. I like a nice bite with a lot of flavor. So I actually have some cilantro. I don't know if the Turkish people are going to say I ruined it, but I'm sure you could make this your own. All right, so we have some tomato and then some feta. And then we're gonna get the plate, we're gonna put it together. I don't think cilantro would mess it up. What do y'all think? I do have parsley. I'll do some parsley, but Last time I did it with parsley, it was kind of like, all right. I like tomato, so I'm just slicing this up. And the tomato is going to be cold on top of the hot noodle and the hot sauce and the cool yogurt. Oh, y'all are getting excited. I'm ready to eat. Okay, I think that's good enough. All right, let's get some feta cheese. Yes, you all can find me on all the platforms. Your favorite platform, Maggie the Substitute Teacher. Y'all will be all right. Calm down, internet. All right, let's see. Is this feta? I got 2 of them in here. I want to. Okay, so we have some authentic feta cheese. This feta, I'll show you all the top so I don't make a mess. Hold up. And when I say dairy free, I have to avoid cow dairy. So this feta is made with sheep's milk cheese. All right. You can use whatever feta works for you, but that's what I'm using. I can have sheep's milk. I can have goat's milk. I can have, any kind of non-cow dairy. All right, y'all. I think we're ready to assemble. Oh, let's get the cilantro and the parsley and we'll get our plate. Okay. So we have some cilantro. And we have some parsley. All right. Oh, some of y'all can't enjoy cilantro, and I know, but I love this stuff. I love the bright color, and I have some struggle parsley here. Y'all, okay. Let us assemble. I think we're finally ready to plate. Okay, so she's using a black plate. So I'm going to use a black plate, and our first layer was our noodles, and our noodles were sauteed onions. Just gonna stir our paprika butter. All right, so this was 1 whole yellow onion, and you all can see by leaving the lid on there how it got nice and oniony. So we just did a little bit of oil, salt, and pepper, and this is how we're keeping it low carb. So this is going to be our noodle layer. Maybe I should have done 2 onions. I'm going to try and spread it out so we can see a little bit of everything. Or maybe I should have used a small plate. All right. So make sure you all can see. I want all of this. This way you can eat a whole onion, which is a vegetable. And if you can't have pasta, all right, so far we have our noodles. We tasted them, they're delicious. Then the next thing she did was her yogurt sauce. So let me get the yogurt sauce. All right. So to keep it dairy-free, I used almond milk yogurt. The real recipe uses Greek yogurt. Oh, thank you, Grumpy. If you can have Greek yogurt, have some for me. Thank y'all for 3,000 likes. So we're going to put the cold yogurt on top of the hot noodles. All right. So let's get a new spoon. All right. So one of the things she said is that this recipe has a lot of protein. If this were Greek yogurt, it would be really thick and creamy, but since it's a plant-based one, this is my substitute. But please do what works for you. I'm going to put a nice little section of this cold yogurt on here, and inside the yogurt was salt, pepper, garlic. I used garlic paste. Thank you all for the likes. Garlic paste and a little bit of lemon. All right, so this is what we have next. Now, she said you can do this paprika butter on top or on top of everything or on top of your garlic, your yogurt sauce. So I'm just going to stir it. I'm going to drizzle a little bit, and then we'll put some more on the top. All right, I'm so excited. Okay, now let's go in for the meat. Let me get a slotted spoon. I don't want it too saucy. So this is ground turkey with tomato paste, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and paprika. All right, so I'm going to put like 2 or 3 heaping spoonfuls. Obviously, this is enough for, this could be a nice date night meal, or if you're meal prepping. All right. So we have our noodles, we have our yogurt sauce, we have our garlic butter, we have our meat sauce. We tasted everything as we go. And then on top, she did cherry tomatoes, which I don't have. So I am going to use the beefsteak tomato that we just sliced up. And I'm going to put this on everything. I like tomato. If you have cherry tomato, it would be even nicer and brighter red. All right. And then we'll do a little bit of parsley, which doesn't do much for me, but I'm going to go in with the cilantro because I want it. I want it all. I want that flavor. I love the freshness of it. Some of y'all can't have it. I love it. And then lastly, oh, she did feta cheese. Hold up, y'all. I'm getting excited. Let's do some feta. We're doing sheep's milk feta to keep it dairy-free. That's what I can have, all right? Let me just clean my hands. We're gonna crumble some feta. Feta is a nice crumbly cheese, and the authentic feta comes in like this salt solution. Oh, so excited. Ah! All right, we're putting all this on there. All right, let me clean my hands. Let me show y'all. Then we're gonna drizzle with the garlic butter, but hold up. Let me move everything so we can take the picture as soon as I drizzle the garlic butter. All right, thank you all for the gifts. Because once we put that garlic butter on there, I need to try and get a picture. So it'll go up on foodtalktv.com where the recipe is and everything. All right, so let me get my camera ready. I think we got everything.
All right, guys, so here you have it. Let me know what you think about the pasta substitute. I mean, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. It really is, in my opinion, a game changer. I think this is a very hearty meal. Keeps you nice and full, very nourishing, full of protein. But I'm going to go ahead and leave this recipe in the description below.
All right, so you all have the recipe with my substitutes. Let me get my camera ready, and we're going to do this garlic butter all over. I'm just stirring it up so that it's nice and drizzleable. And I'm going to make sure y'all can see. All right, we're going to put this all over everything. Oh my God, y'all. All right, let me take a picture before it seeps into everything so you can still kind of see. And then we're going to taste it. This is, oh my Lord, y'all. Oh my God. Oh, I get too excited. All right. This is our low carb Greek, no, turkey. Y'all can tell I'm excited. You know what it is. Take a video. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Oh my word. All right. So this is our low carb. I don't even know what it is. I'm about to get a fork. All right. But just so everybody can see, onion for the noodle, almond milk yogurt sauce, and sheep's milk feta cheese to keep it dairy free. Onions as a pasta substitute to keep it gluten free. And I don't know what else, y'all. Hold up. Hold up. All right, let's get in here. Let's get in here. All right, so let's get some onion noodle. We want that cold sauce. I want that cilantro. I want that meat. Did I get some everything? Tomato, y'all, I'm drooling. Cheese. Let me tell you why. Okay, these noodles are a game changer. Onions, when you cook them, they have a sweetness to them. OMG, y'all. We made pasta with noodles. Y'all, when I'm telling y'all, y'all, we about to end this. Y'all, I'm about to embarrass myself. So we're going to end this. I just put some more cilantro on it because I love the freshness. Y'all, on any pasta recipe, try sauteed noodles as a pasta substitute. It gives you the noodle experience and the noodle chew, but when you cook it down, it has a sweetness to it that I was surprised at the end. Y'all, this is so good. This is so good. I'm so glad this is for me. Y'all would eat that. Woo! You have the creaminess of the yogurt, the freshness of the cilantro, of course, the savoriness of the sauce. Everything comes together. 10 out of 10. Incredible. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. This has been Foodie Fridays with Maggie. I am Maggie, the substitute teacher. I make food and femininity content. You can find me at teachablemomentswithmaggie.com, on Facebook, on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch. My cooking streams are Mondays and Fridays, and my relationship content is on Wednesdays and Saturdays. If you're interested in traveling with me, we've got a cruise in November. We've got a trip to Ghana if you want to come to Africa with me in December. And if you want to meet me here in Atlanta, tickets are available for the Maggie meetup in April. Everything is at teachablemomentswithmaggie.com. Go to foodtalktv.com for the recipe. Y'all will love this. All right, everybody. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time. All right, y'all, this is so good. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I'm coming. If you had comments and I missed them, here I come. Hold up. I've been eating, waiting on this. All right. I'm going to put a little bit, just a little bit of salt and pepper, but it's so good. Thank you, Quasia. Thank you for the 99 cents. Ethel says it looks delicious. Killis is here. Towel approved. Y'all, this is so good. And I can already tell because the pasta is onions. Like, I don't feel heavy. You know how I love noodles, but you know how it makes you. One second, y'all. Oh my God. It's so complex. Y'all, I got to get out of this thing. All right, if you have a question or a comment, you can put it now. I'll take a look, and then I'm going to go sit down with my plate. All right, everybody. Let me say hello to all of y'all. Looks like Turkish pasta soup recipe. Yeah, I guess you could make it into a soup. Oh, scoot the plate up. You can't see. Sorry, y'all. I tried to get everything in frame for everybody. Sorry, Nate. Jurgen is loving it. Hello, Ethel. A lot of veggies. Absolutely. Hello, Team Greedy is here. Jurgen, stir it up. Oh, yes. A Chick-fil-A copycat recipe. Y'all, that was so good. The Marines loved it, and the Navy, too. Ooh, Christina's making smashed burgers. Hello, everyone. Today, we made a low-carb version of the Turkish pasta. Hello, everyone. Just saying hello. Okay, good. And thank you, Quasia. Thank you. Thank you. Woo! Oh, my gosh. Y'all, it's so good. Did I get that right? Thank you. I appreciate all of it. Y'all don't even have to be here, let alone support. All right. Sauteed noodles. I said sauteed noodles. Y'all, it's sauteed onions. Thank you, Tweet. Thank you all so much. Hello, everybody on TikTok. I'm sorry, what is this? Instagram. Y'all, I'm about to, thank you all so much. Thank you. Thank you. Glad y'all love the content. Some of y'all can't have cilantro. Do parsley. I love cilantro, y'all. It's so good. Some people say paprika. Y'all like the hair. Y'all notice everything. Yes, always taste your food before you serve others, okay? Everybody good? Hello, my goal coach is here. Spellman sister in the house. I'm just scrolling back. Thank you. Y'all like the onion idea? Oh, thank you all. Thank you, Lucy. Yes, amen and amen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I think we're good. Good to see everybody. Okay, so tomorrow, what is today? Friday. So Lucy and I, we have more relationship content. So if you're here for relationship content, Lucy and I will be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be reacting to another video. So also tomorrow is the Young Wives Club. So if you are under 30, engaged, married, or saving yourselves for marriage, go to teachablemomentswithmaggie.com. I have a free community. I am supporting and sending care packages out and just giving a little wisdom to the young women that are prioritizing relationships in their youth. So thank you all so much. You can fill out the Google form if you want to join. That is for my Young Wives Club. And finishing school, we are coming up on week 3, but if you want the wife lessons, the advanced class will start in March. Everything is at teachablemomentswithmaggie.com. Y'all, I'm about to eat this dinner, and I will see you all tomorrow. Ghana trip, cruise, all of that, go to the website. All right. Good night, Jurgen. Good night, everyone.